They want to arrest another president too. Yes, the United States of America and Donald Trump has indicted the former president of Cuba as somebody who committed a crime against the United States of America, and there are demands for him to be extradited into the United States of America to face the consequences of those crimes. The person we are talking about is the former president of Cuba, known as Raul Castro. For those of you who don't know Raul Castro ruled from 2008 to 2018 as the president. But before then, he was the de facto head of state from 2006. Before 2006, he was the minister of the armed forces under his brother, his senior brother, who was known as Fidel Castro. Now, if you have known Fidel Castro, he was the revolutionary leader of Cuba from 1959 to 2008. Now, he led the guerrilla warfare for inside Cuba, later became the head of state or the premier, who later became the president of that particular country. And he ruled from 1959 to 2008 until when he was sick, before he handed over to his brother that was called Raul Castro. But something happened on February 1996. And during that time, this particular former president of Cuba was the minister in charge of the armed forces, and he gave the order for that particular incident to be carried on. Now, make I tell you what happened. February 1996, 2 Sienna planes were carrying unarmed civilians moving from United States of America, Miami to be precise, to Cuba in an attempt to rescue some persons who were running away from Cuba and following the Florida Straits. Those 2 planes were brought down. In fact, it was 3 planes. One of them was being driven by the leader of this particular group that they call themselves Brothers to the Rescue. These were exiled Cuban indigents or Cuban citizens who were running away from the injustice of the Cuban government led by Fidel Castro and his brother Raul Castro. And they came to America. In addition to some American citizens working together, they decided to begin to help to rescue those persons who use a makeshift boat, a floater boat, to escape from that country into Florida. So on that fateful day, 3 planes left. And when they came in the airspace, this former president of Cuba, Raul Castro, gave the order for the fighter jets of Cuba, called the MiG, to shoot down those planes. And 2 out of the 3 planes that contained about 3 American citizens and 1 Cuban citizen was brought down. Now, when the investigation started, it was later discovered that the particular airspace where those planes were brought down, said those airspace was not Cuba airspace, they were international airspace. What it mean, I say, he never quit the plane, enter inside Cuba before they bring them down. Those planes were still flying on international air. And when we talk international air don't belong to any country. So you're not supposed to shoot down civilian planes right there. But they did so. Now, there have been investigations going on since about 1996, when America don't investigate this matter. And around May 2026, the file was reopened. And this time, America has said the person who gave the order where they shoot down those 2 planes where contain 3 American citizens and 1 Cuban national should be arrested. And it has been traced to this former president of Cuba, who is about 94, 95 years of age right now. And people see the talk, say, despite the fact that he left the position as the president of the country in 2018, he is still the decision maker in the country, because Raul Castro and Fidel Castro are being hailed not just as regular leaders, but as emperors, as demigods in Cuba. And the Americans believe that for a new change to happen, for growth to happen in Cuba, the old government has to be removed. And right now, they've said Raul Castro is the next person to go.
Today, we are announcing an indictment charging Raul Castro and several others with conspiracy to kill U.S. nationals.
If this particular thing happen, say the fit go carry this Cuban former president or former leader, e go be like the one wey be say they do to Venezuela president Maduro. Na wetin they wan still do to Cuba. Una know say as at right now, Cuba is already passing through a lot because America don do a blockade around that particular country, say make nobody supply their oil. Na only China and Russia na fit dey assist them right now to help them small small because America has said that the country needs cleansing. That the same people wey hold the country since the 1950s, na they still dey handle the country till date, and as such they are causing people, illegal immigrants, to move from Cuba. Una know say Cuba and Florida na water separate them, and people are moving from Cuba through the Florida Strait down to into Florida, and this is what America do not want. So let's see what happens. Do you support this idea?